What's happening, everyone? Ian McGriff here with digitalAIM Media, and today we're going to come back to our three most important aspects of marketing. That's attention, repetition, and education. You notice I'm coming back to them because repetition is a main ingredient to marketing and what you have to do to continue to get your message out so that people understand who you are, what you do, why you're special, why you're unique, and why they should do business with you. So the three most important parts of marketing, right? The three keys to hang your hat on are: number one, attention. It is absolutely essential and absolutely important that you get lots and lots of attention for your business, the right kind of attention for your business, so that people know who you are, what you do, why you're in business, and why you're special and unique. If you aren't getting attention, you aren't capturing people's attention so that they understand who you are and what you do. You have to get attention. That means that you have to get your message out there in the right places at the right time so that people know who you are and what you're all about. Look, there are two reasons why people go out of business, right? There are only really two reasons why businesses go out. Number one, obscurity. People do not know what your business is and what you do and why you're special. And if you're obscure, then nobody understands who you are and what you do. So you've got to get out of obscurity. That means you have to get lots and lots of attention, right? So the other thing that causes businesses to go out is because they're obscure, they're not able to sell enough product or service at high enough prices to make sure that they keep the doors open. You know, that's basically sums up into lack of funding is how, you know, Wall Street will say why a business went out, right? Lack of funding. They weren't able to get more funding, basically put more money back into the pot so they can pay people to do what they're supposed to do. But when it really comes down to it is you've got to get out of obscurity. You have to let people know who you are and what you do so that then you are valuable to them once again, so that they bring it on back and they connect with you on who you are, what you do, why you're valuable, so that you can sell your product or service at prices high enough and great enough so that you can stay in business. So that is the number one reason why attention is so important. And you've got to make sure that your message is getting out there on social media, on display advertising, on video, however you can connect with your market in the right way. That is the way that you want to tap into connecting with that market and making them understand who you are and what you're about. That is why attention is so important. And you have to repeatedly do that over and over again, all right? And that leads us to number two, right? Number two is repetition. You have to repeatedly tell people who you are, what you do, why you're unique, why you're special. And you want to summarize those things in concise ways that really hit home with that message. And you might have to create different types of messages for different types of customers and where they are in their cycle or their life cycle. So, you know, an example might be a dental office, right? We're working with a dental office in one of our areas, and we're actually creating a case study because they've had such great success. And one of the things that we've seen is that because this particular dental practice is open past 5 o'clock, right? Most dental offices close around 5 o'clock. This one will stay open until 8 p.m. So it's really great for moms and parents so that they don't have to get their kid out of school. And it's really great for young working professionals so they don't have to take a personal day or you know, put themselves in a position where they have to ask their boss in this job that they're relatively new at, hey, I've got to take an hour dental appointment at 8 o'clock in the morning, right? So it gives them a chance to become more secure in the regular things that they should do, like getting their teeth cleaned, right? So that allows us to have this really strong captive message to two different audiences, right? We're open till 8 o'clock in the evening, which is a really strong call to action, which is a really strong it factor for that business. Then what that allows us to do is help them to deliver that message to the right audience. So we create two totally different messages. They're basically the same thing, but we deliver them totally differently because we're talking to young professionals in one area, and we're talking to parents and moms in another area because the message to those is totally different. The objective is the same, right? We want to book appointments for people who are available from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. when normal dental practices are not open, right? So that is a big selling feature for this dental practice. That is a big benefit to people in the community who can utilize their services after hours, right? After you get done with work, they're still working, right? So that's one of those things that we want to repeatedly drive into the marketplace over and over again, so it doesn't just hit you once, it hits you over and over and over again with different styles and different versions of that same message to the right audience at the right time at the right place, right? So got to get a lot of attention. Got to let people know who you are, what you're about, and get a lot of attention. Number two, you got to repeatedly get attention. It's not just good enough to say it once. You've got to say it over and over and over again. I've got two little girls, right? I've got a 4.5-year-old and I've got a 20-month-old. I have to repeatedly tell them things over and over and over again, right? Why do people go to church? Because they have to hear the same message over and over and over again. Why do people go to the gym? Because you can't just work out once. You've got to work out over and over and over again. Why do you watch the same movie more than once? Because different things pop out at you at different times during your life, and that movie makes a difference when you see it over and over and over again. There are certain things that you just have to drive home on a regular basis, and your message to the audience that you want to connect with is one of those things. It's really important to get their attention and then repeatedly get their attention by talking to them frequently and consistently about your message, about who you are, what you do, why you're special, why you're unique, and why they need to do business with you, right? And then you need to educate them on those things that we just touched on, right? Who you are, what you do, why you're special, why you're unique, what problem do you solve? Every business transaction is solving a problem. And if you aren't telling people how you solve their problems, you're not relevant and you stay obscure, right? No matter how many times you get in front of them, you have to educate them. Why is your industry important? Why is your business important? Why are you open? What problem do you solve? Who do you work for, right? Who do you want to have brought into your business? Who do you want to work with? Those things are all vitally important so that you can connect with your audience at the right time, at the right place, with the right message. So you have to get lots and lots of attention, tell people who you are, what you do, and why you're important. You have to repeatedly tell them those same things over and over again. And you have to dive a little bit deeper and a little bit deeper into those things each and every time to educate them on why you're so valuable to them and to the community. And that community might be your local community where you live, or it might be a genre-based community, right? So if you're working with a select type of business, right, that might not be in a physical geography that you call home. That might be in a stylistic community of representatives or like-minded people so that you can connect that value prop in a really, really concise, strong way to that audience. So those are the three most important things about marketing and why they're so important for you to get attention repeatedly so that you can educate people about who you are, what you do, and why you're important. And remember, every transaction, every business solves a problem. Identify what problem you solve and communicate that through your marketing, and you are going to see your business grow by leaps and bounds.